What's going on, guys? Marvel's blind lawyer Matt Murdock is hitting the streets for Netflix's Daredevil Season 2. We love the first season, but we want to know what's going on this season. So we brought in a couple of cool dudes to help us break it down with Please Explain Daredevil Season 2. First off, he's an actor and a comedian. You know him from here and movie fights all over the place. Mike, #Botanicus Carlson. And he's returning to the show. Also an actor, a comedian, a bon vivant, Jason Wayne Christian. Before we jump into the heart of the matter, I'd like to tell you that this episode is brought to you by Squarespace, where creating a pro-looking website is simple and intuitive, regardless of your skill level. My skill level, neophyte. If you want to learn more, check out the link in the description below. So gentlemen, are you excited about Daredevil Season 2?
Yes.
Yeah. First off, give me your impressions on Season 1.
Finally something that is absolutely not for kids.
Yeah.
This is Marvel not safe for work. It was dark, it was gritty, it was violent. Not in a way that simply celebrated those things, but in a way that was appropriate to tell a story of characters living in this world.
And what's nice about Daredevil is that you can have characters spend 20 minutes talking to each other, because that's stuff we can't get in the movies. We get to dig in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we also, speaking of digging in, we get to dig out B, D, C-list characters and bring them to the forefront. Characters like Oddball, who was a combat juggler, got turned into a really badass assassin. He made a reference to throwing balls around in a bowling alley.
Yes.
And then that's your big tie into, oh, this was a goofy juggler bad guy in the comics.
That's a deep cut right there. Nicely done. What are some of your expectations for Season 2? Mike?
Elektra. It seems like they're doing a different characterization, one that's a little less like kind of silent assassin. She seems a little bit more like kind of, I don't know, bratty, but it's a great character. It's one of my favorite characters, and she's got such a good storyline in the comics with Matt. Their romance, their relationship, and then ultimately, spoiler alert, she dies. Now we don't know that that's going to happen.
In the comics.
In the comics, she dies. Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So far, how true has the television show been to the Daredevil comic?
Far more than most adaptations. The only thing that has struck me, spoilers for Season 1, as being off, was killing off Ben Ulrich. That character normally is kind of the POV character that sticks around throughout the series. But it was done even in a way there that felt true to character. It was like him not backing down from an insurmountable threat.
I saw Drew Goddard speak about Season 1 after the fact, and he was saying that like they wanted to be true to like these characters in this, but this is its own thing. Like, so when they kill off Ben, which shocked me, I was, no way, Ben shouldn't die. I love Ben.
Yeah.
That like, look, this is our own thing. So like, I expect that like this thing's gonna veer off even more in Season 2 of like what we expect.
So you're talking about Elektra, played by the actress Elodie Young. She was not introduced last season. This is brand new.
She actually was.
Okay.
You fell in love with that
Greek
girl back in college. So you do get.
So we didn't see her.
But we know that she exists.
We know that she exists. So it is that person. Yeah. What's the relationship in the comics like between Elektra and Daredevil?
She lives free of consequence and completely in the moment, and is a character that is obsessed with the now. And then Matt, dealing with kind of the Catholic guilt, is very much a person about consequence and what the stakes are.
Everybody is excited about the Punisher, okay? Frank Castle, one of my favorite comic book characters of all time. He's not had a truly great filmed incarnation yet. What do we think about this choice of Jon Bernthal as the Punisher? And what do we think his role is going to be this season? Mike?
Jon Bernthal looks cool.
Yeah?
I feel like he has a swagger to him that we kind of want. As far as his role in this season, I'm assuming he's going to be a foil to Daredevil. He has a different way to do things. He's a guy that likes to kill people.
Brutal.
He doesn't have any sort of moral code about it.
It looked like whenever they were setting up the first trailers and promotional images for Season 2 that Punisher was going to kind of fill the role of Kingpin in terms of main antagonist. Not necessarily villain, but this is who he's going up against. The last trailer that just released kind of showed that was all a red herring, and it's going to be the Hand. It looks like the Punisher is more going to be this third party wreaking havoc on both sides.
Are we setting up the Punisher for his own show?
We have to be. There's no way. Yeah. There's no way they don't want that.
In the comics, what is Daredevil and the Punisher's relationship?
There's a great comic where Punisher actually captures Daredevil, chains him up to a chimney on a rooftop, gives him a gun, and he says, "Kill me right now, or I'm going to kill this criminal. To show him that in Punisher's black and white worldview, the only way to stop crime is the final way, is death.
So the relationship is great.
Yeah.
They're very good friends.
Oh, good
they
pals,
like each
fast
other
friends.
a lot.
But it seems like they're two sides of the same coin. I mean,
Well, it's an ideological battle between the two of them.
So
it's
probably-
just like Carol and Morgan from The Walking Dead. Talk to me about your thoughts on the Hand from the comics.
I'm gonna make a hilarious joke. The Hand have a hand in a lot of different characters. Like
I see what you
different-
did there.
So they've like sort of just been this kind of presence that are in the shadows a lot
Yeah.
of time with Marvel. They've had fights with Wolverine. They've had fights with Daredevil. They've had fights with so many people.
Who are they in service to?
The Beast, which is technically this weird demon, was it an ancient Japanese Tengu spirit, or just the controlling 5 members of the Hand? Their original founder back in the 1500s was named Kagenobu, which, no small coincidence, the ninja leader that we saw last season's name was Nobu, so we think that was a reference to that original founder.
So they can be hired. You can hire the Hand to do your evil bidding if you want.
Do you think we're going to see Kingpin again? Because he's, in the comics, he's been a classic foe of the Punisher.
Yeah, we have to see him at some point.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
last we
keeping
left him, he was being incarcerated.
If we see the Hand go up against the other ninja order, which is called the Chaste, led by the Daredevil's blind teacher, Stick, I think we're not going to see Kingpin until the final episode where all of a sudden he sweeps up what's left of the Hand and takes over.
Gotcha. And so you mentioned Stick, Scott Glenn, one of the great supporting characters from last season. What do we expect from Stick this season?
Leading the Chase, we're definitely going to see Stone, who we saw his scarred back in last season. We might see Shaft and some of the other mono-named.
Not Shaft, the 70s blaxploitation detective.
Although that'd be great.
That'd be fantastic.
We heard a female voice in the trailer as well that I may be wrong, but I think was still Madame Gao from season 1, who, if she's in, then we might get some teases towards Iron Fist. We might get a Steel Serpent reference.
Are there any arcs or any storylines that you're expecting from this season that we haven't talked about, or just an overall direction?
You know, any of the different Elektra storylines, and probably she's probably not going to die. They're probably not going to just do what we think they're going to do. But
Do you think we'll see Bullseye?
Yeah, I feel like we would see him already if he was going to be a big part of the season. So I feel like if we see him, he's only going to be like a little bit of a tease.
Save him for season 3?
Are they going to start tying in characters like Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and bringing them together? Like, how soon is that going to start happening?
Now we pretty much know like what the Defenders looks like, and there's no way we're not going to get at least little teases, if not maybe full-out cameos. We don't know.
Let's jump ahead. What do the Defenders look like in the comic book universe?
I don't know that we've had this specific lineup of the Defenders in the comics.
Is it wrong-headed of me to think of the Defenders as more of like a street-level Avengers?
I think that's what they're playing at here.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going in a route I'm familiar with, but at the same time, they've been doing so good, I'll wait to see the product before I render judgment.
Sure. Outside of Defenders, did Daredevil and Jessica Jones cross paths? Did Daredevil and Luke Cage cross paths?
Daredevil
Yeah, sure.
teams up with almost every solo person. He's teamed up with Wolverine, he's teamed up with Ghost Rider, he's teamed up with Punisher, of course teamed up with Elektra. He's actually had a long romance with Black Widow.
Okay.
So, I mean, Daredevil gets around as a partner.
Yeah, sounds like it. Anything else you're looking forward to?
Probably the ninja version of that raid-style hallway fight.
Something to top that episode 2 fight
Yeah.
that we all like blew us all away.
That was epic.
And they showed a guy getting like exhaustedly tired, which is great about it. Like he's just by the end, he's really like going.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to ninja battles. I'm looking forward to the Punisher, Elektra, the Hand. It sounds like it's going to be a pretty great season.
I'm going to be watching it all within the first weekend.
Yes. Are you going to binge Daredevil Season 2? Let us know in the comments below. Who are you looking forward to seeing most? Tell us, and the best answer, we're going to send you a Screen Junkies t-shirt. I want to thank Mike, #Botanicus Carlson, Jason Wayne Christian. You gentlemen are a treasure trove of knowledge, and I thank you for being here. I want to thank you for watching. I'm Hal Rudnick. Hit me up on Twitter. Bye-bye. Thanks again to Squarespace for making this episode possible. Start your free trial site today at www.squarespace.com/ScreenJunkiesShow. Or just click the Squarespace logo on the screen. When you decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure that you use the offer code ScreenJunkiesShow to get 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace. Build it beautiful.